You're tuned in to your favorite pod, cause the people wanna know, is the mic still on? I'm saying.
Welcome everybody to the Is the Mic Still On podcast. Kenneth being here with Rob, Mike, and Spike. What up?
What's up, man?
Glad to have everybody back for another week.
I'm happy to be back.
Yeah.
I was off 2 weeks. Apologize for that, but I had some stuff come up, and then Easter Sunday. So
Well, they might be happy you back too.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
I don't know. What? Oh, you talking about? Oh, yeah. You been on Reddit? Yeah.
Oh, what
I got
happened?
drugged into that too.
You didn't get drugged. They be saying wild shit. This is what cracks me up about Spike, especially.
I got drugged.
Spike
into that.
says ignorant ass shit and then acts like people don't have a reason.
That up.
You don't have to bring. See, this is what I'm talking about.
I didn't
bring it
bring
up,
that
but you
up.
jumped your ass in it.
I stayed out of it.
You a lie and a half, Spike.
That was
Q
you
set
and
it
Q.
on fire
No.
last week, bro.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, Q did? What Q?
yeah,
What
she
happened?
did.
It was both of them.
I get in it. I was
'Cause
reading.
you were
I read
agreeing
the
with
Reddit.
her.
I did not. I
Yes,
was just
you
asking
did.
questions.
Oh, Spike lying.
All I
Rod.
did was ask questions.
No, I thought Q was a fake. Oh, what happened?
What she?
Well, they were just meeting her.
Well, no, she
I think
it's
Q
the
just
mic.
got comfortable and was like, "This the real Q."
It was about Rod.
Last week you
Yeah, we
beat
came-
Element OP.
Yeah,
Today
man, we-
you beating Q.
She came in hot, bro.
What she say?
talking about people being.
She said
in
welfare
the system
folks
too
need to get
long.
off welfare.
Yeah.
She said there should be a time limit as far as you being in the system, like as far as welfare, Section 8.
How did that come up?
She just brought it up.
She brought it up. She set herself up.
She just dropped the ball.
But there was a
Motherfucker.
conversation before that was
Yeah, I don't know.
wild,
We were
too.
talking about something coming off the Patreon
Y'all was
episode,
right.
and
My
she
only
asked
thing-
Mike if he thinks that there should be term
She
limits
asked
for
Mike.
people on
She
welfare.
asked Mike. She didn't ask me.
You jumped your ass in
Only
it.
thing that I jumped in that I would stand on and I feel like was controversial when y'all were telling me that the kid who couldn't read ain't got that much to do with it.
No, see,
Oh,
this
then
is
that was a whole other
Spike
conversation
loves
they
to
got to
spin
as
shit.
well.
Spike said the accountability should be on the child.
I said somewhat. If I'm 15 years
Now,
old and I don't know how to read,
You as a father, if your son was just skating through because he was, let's say he's too embarrassed to come tell you, I can't read as well as I should. Actually, it's a question for both of y'all. Are you gonna blame him, or are you gonna put more blame on the teachers?
Yeah, I mean,
that
you know.
let him? I mean, come on,
Yeah,
what are we
yeah.
talking about? And I don't even have a kid.
Right.
So my whole point was, why would you victim blame a child? And
not
Spike wants to spin it around and act like he didn't do that.
I'm not
Both of them
victim
were doing
blaming.
that.
I am not victim
You
blaming.
are victim blaming.
So there
That
was
is
a
that
story-
child is a victim.
Did y'all see the story in Baltimore? This lady, she tried to sue the Baltimore public school system because her son thought that he was graduating. But when they looked it up, he had 2 credits.
Okay.
But they had just been passing him along. He was taking
Okay.
the classes, had never passed the class.
Okay.
She's blaming the school for that.
Okay, what's your point?
How is that the school's fault?
The school passed him through.
They
What do
didn't
you
pass
mean?
him. He just
so what are they suing
He
him
was just
for?
going to the other class. She's suing because she thought he was going to graduate. She never checked a report card. She
Okay.
never been to a PTA meeting. She never done any of those
Did they
things.
ever
Did the
call
school
her?
call? Thank you,
No.
Ken. Okay,
No.
then it's the school's fucking fault. The school's
but-
job
okay,
is
so-
to
but my
educate
point-
the child.
True, yes, I agree. It is somewhat the school's fault, but why does that child think that they're going to graduate?
Because they're a child. Because they're a child.
And they got that information from somewhere.
Well, they was just being moved along to the different classes without passing the classes because the school didn't want to just keep them back because they couldn't afford to do so.
But that's the child's fault.
I'm not saying that's a child's fault, but at what
school-
point does the
but-
child be like, damn, I'm not learning anything. I don't
Oh
take
my
books home. I don't do
Spike,
homework.
that is so-
Nowadays-
that is so
Senior.
unrealistic and
Schools
unreasonable.
rarely hold kids back. They move them to the next stage, and they're hoping that they will learn at the next grade level too.
Right.
So that's happening. They will move them along, and they also sometimes will call the parents and ask them what they would prefer to do as well. This has happened, not to
I
me,
didn't know
but I've heard
Yeah.
the stories of this
I didn't know
happening to other people personally. So, but yeah, that stuff will happen. However, the schools should be calling the parents and letting them know your child is not up to date on his assignments.
Absolutely.
And what you can also, this is what was being completely ignored last week, is it's not even just the school itself's fault. I'm not even saying it's the teacher's fault. That entire school system is fucked up.
Yeah, I agree
where the teacher is overloaded and underpaid and doesn't have the resources and time to spend with each kid to make sure they're learning everything. That's the problem. They have a problem. See, Rod already tuned out.
No,
The
I
whole
was
conversation
looking up
last.
something.
I'm fucking
No,
with
no,
you.
His school
The whole
class would be
conversation
like-
last week was him and Q had a problem with the statement that is the system's fault. They didn't want to accept that. They're like, well, nah, the student is doing this and the student is doing that. The student is just trying to get by.
Yeah.
That's it. But y'all are acting like a fucking 15-year-old should have the brain power of a 28-year-old. They're kids.
I'm hearing two different arguments. You're talking about that and then the welfare thing. How's that?
Because
It was two different
it was
two
two
different
different
things,
discussions.
yeah.
He laid it
But
in
what
one.
it was is they gave a 2-4 of ignorance, right? They started off with, well, we're going to blame
Started with some
students.
bullshit.
They definitely started with some bullshit. We're going to blame students for not taking accountability for not learning certain things or not bringing up that I need extra help. We're going to blame the student for that. Then we're going to blame poor people for being on the welfare system.
I didn't have anything to do with that one.
You threw a couple little nice ones
I
out
stayed
there.
out of that one
You threw a couple
purposely.
little nice ones out there.
I
But,
stayed
you
out of
know,
that one purposely.
But look-
the school thing, I just couldn't. I just don't understand how. I get you as far as yes, the system should be held accountable. Teachers should be held
you can
accountable.
stop there.
Parents
I didn't
should
say
be
that.
held
See,
accountable.
see
I'm
what
saying I'm going.
No, you
into
said I
addition
agree with you that.
on that part, and then what I'm adding to is the accountability still lies with the parent, with the child as well. If I'm 15 or 16 years old and I can't read, I have to do something about that. It ain't on the school. Like you have
That
to do
is
something about
that's
that.
the craziest thing I've ever heard.
But Spike, some of these kids, God, what was the point I was going to say? If there are no if there are no adults invested in them, then they will continue to just move forward.
Down the wrong path.
Even if they don't want to, that's the
Right.
way the system
That's the
makes
system,
them
yes,
act.
absolutely.
Like that's the part that y'all were not understanding, or at least ignoring, is the system is making the students or the teachers do this. It's not their fault. The
Right, they don't-
teacher would love to spend
Right.
extra time with the special needs kid.
You're not giving them the tools.
And I can see
Exactly.
if they were engaging, trying to help the kid, and the kid just refused to do it.
Even then, I'm not
You
blaming
know,
the kid.
but I'm just saying, at least there were actions taken. Then you have to try to figure out why that kid is reluctant to learn. So then you got to
Exactly.
start probing into the issues of why.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you ignore a kid, they're just gonna go through and
Yeah.
just do what they do.
And I still think parenting is still a big part of that. It's a
Sure.
team effort, but it definitely starts with the school.
There is a percentage.
Yeah.
It sounds like what you're.
But the kid is the last percentage.
That's the last percentage.
It's the system itself, the school system itself, then the teachers, then the parents, then the kid.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that the kids do have a percentage. That's all. That's all
Okay,
I'm
so
ever
we're
saying.
all gonna agree the kid has 2% of the
I'm
blame.
not agreeing to 2%.
Exactly.
What's
you
your
want it to
number?
be higher.
15.
He lying, Rod.
Yeah, 15 to 20%.
He's lying, Rod.
Because you just did a fight. 15 to 20%.
He's lying, Rod. Last week he was be like, that kid should have said something. That kid should have done this. That kid should have done this.
definitely felt
Right?
like it was
Yeah,
50
yeah. Thank
plus.
you. He lying.
plus is
He
funny.
got beat up by Reddit. Now he's trying to
I
lie.
didn't. I don't know.
Him and Q got beat up by Reddit. I didn't even look at that much at it, but
Yes.
was it bad?
Yeah, it was, I mean,
Were they being disrespectful?
No, it was some people.
Nah.
That were
Okay, that's
like, it was
good.
some people that appreciated the conversation from two different perspectives.
But nobody agreed with your ass, huh?
Yeah, some people agree with me actually.
Find them.
I find them.
It was like
playing.
it was a couple of posts that were in agreement
I'm
with some of their
curious.
positions, you know. But no, it's just interesting if I think we hypothetically say these things I think we even said it last week, if the school system got the budget of the defense department,
Oh,
yet,
God.
Yeah.
you know, if
It'd be a
everything was
different
created
discussion.
equally across the board, but it's politicized as much as
rather-
a lot of things are.
I'd rather them spend it on schools than sending somebody to the moon to take pictures.
Did you see them drop down?
Yeah, I watched it a little bit.
He said, "Yeah, I watched it."
It was just on. Though. It was just on. It was playing in the background.
Yeah, I sat there and watched that whole shit. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, it started with the Jay-Z conversation. I don't remember exactly what the details were, but it was something about Jay-Z. That's what
We were
the
talking about
conversation started.
philanthropy. I think it evolved from philanthropy
What's his
and stuff like that.
responsibility in life?
Yeah, responsibility of wealthy people to something like that.
But I don't remember why that even came. I think it was something Jalen
Because we were saying
brought up.
Oprah and Tyler Perry, like we were saying, all them people should be having schools and things of that nature.
Yeah, that turned into, the school system, and it's on the kids to bring up that they're having problems. Then that turned into poor people shouldn't, be able to take advantage of the government.
Let me ask you, who helped y'all when y'all were struggling in school, if y'all ever have?
I'm not dumb like y'all, so
I never struggled.
I'm
in school.
joking.
That's what I'm saying.
joking. I didn't have learning disabilities. I had social disabilities. So the class that I was failing, like I brought up last week, were classes where people were fucking with me, and nobody helped me.
But you didn't ever have like algebra, like geometry that gave you trouble or anything.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so what happened then?
My mom, I have that kind of relationship with my
Gotcha.
mother because my mother's a teacher, so I can't have bad grades. You know what I'm saying? So I had to come back and be like, look, I'm bad at multiplication. So she bought me Schoolhouse Rock, and that fixed it. But not everybody has that relationship with their parents. Some are afraid to tell their mother because their mother might be mad at them. They might be disappointed in them. They might get in trouble. They might beat them. Who knows? That's what I'm saying. The last bit of responsibility I'm looking at is that child. That child, there's a reason that kid ain't going home and saying, "Ma, I'm bad at social studies." There's a reason.
I guess I personalize it more so. It's probably my defense. I mean, my stand on it more. Because if I struggled in school, like my mom was just like, figure it the fuck out. You smart. Like,
Yeah, but that's
I gotta
not
work.
fair. Not every kid can do that.
And I feel like
That
that
wasn't
comes,
fair
And that's
to
why I
you.
asked. And
It
that's
wasn't
why
fair
I
to you.
asked because
Yeah,
I
it's not.
personalized it.
but that probably happened later on, right?
No.
How early on did that happen?
No one ever, like my mom worked 2 jobs my whole upbringing. So
I
no
feel
one
you.
ever helped me with my
I
homework.
feel you. Same thing,
Or
like-
anything of that nature. It's like, you have homework to do, go do it. I don't got time to help you. Figure it out. They didn't teach you anything in school today. Like, what did you learn? Apply that to the homework.
So what point can you recall that happened that you had to start kind of figuring things out on your own?
The whole school ride. Like, yeah, like my mom was so I went to school from my great grandparents' house, actually. And this was from first grade to my senior year of high school. So when I got out of school, she was at work. And the assignment is do your homework, then you go outside and play or do whatever you want to do, but do your homework first. She didn't check it or anything. She just assumed that I knew. And then when the report card come in 6 weeks, it's like, you should have good grades. But no one ever sit down with me and was like, well, this is how you do that. I never got
But they
tutored
should have,
after
though.
school. You're right, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's why I have the position that I have on it, which may not be correct. But as I was thinking about it when y'all were talking, it's like, I've never, and I had good grades up until 8th grade when I figured out I could just slide by.
Yeah, you shouldn't have had to do that. Like that's the whole like broken school system like thing. Like that that's why it's so important. That's why it's a big conversation in it. You know what I'm saying? Lack of books and all that type of shit. You shouldn't have to worry about that
Fucking
shit. You
school
shouldn't have to
supplies.
worry about having to find books or whatever and
Yeah,
teach yourself. I had to do the same thing. It didn't come until a little later. Like I had to teach myself like algebra and all that shit because I just didn't understand like what the fuck was being taught
Same.
in class. So I would afterwards go researching myself. Wasn't fair to me because I should have just had the tools available.
Yep.
Same thing with computers. Y'all talk about computers and shit all the time. We didn't have
we
computers.
didn't have one, so you didn't. Yeah.
So I had to go to the library and shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's like an extra hurdle that I had to take.
But you're a kid. You shouldn't
I
have to
shouldn't
worry about
do
this
that
kind of shit.
But you know, like I said, I'm resilient. You know what I'm saying? I was raised a certain way, so I did it. I figured it out. Not every kid is like that.
Right.
Not every kid is gonna think like that. So that's where the school system, they failed.
Yeah,
They fucking failed, man. And you know, and unfortunately, parents, like you said, 2 fucking jobs, bro, because of a system that they're in that they shouldn't have to work 2 fucking jobs,
Right.
and they could pay more attention to their children. So yeah, it's fucked up. And when you talk about welfare, that ties into the welfare shit too. So yeah, man, it's really fucked up. I get what you're saying, but just think about it in its totality. Like no kid should have to do that shit.
See, that's the problem that was happening last week is they would be like, well, I know this person that did this.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know this person that did
Yeah,
that. And the
nah.
whole point is, who gives a fuck what this person that you know?
Yeah.
That person you know does not represent the entire system.
Yeah.
The entire system is fucking broken. And when you say things like, well, I was able to do it, cool, you don't have a learning disability. A kid that has well, I don't know of. You know what I'm saying? A kid that has a learning disability, they may just look at it like something is wrong with me.
Right.
Like to this day, I cannot read a map. I cannot fucking read a map.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend, stop.
I'm not. We've had this discussion before. already know
Yeah, I
this.
think so. Yeah, you don't know Northwest.
I don't. I don't. Y'all can laugh. It's all right. My girlfriend clowns me every day about this. If you look at a map, I could not tell you where Atlanta is versus Decatur unless it's fucking spelled out. And if you ask me what part of the earth is Uruguay on, I have no fucking clue.
Gotcha.
Because just like Jalen said last week, we learned to the test. I just had to memorize shit on a map and then take the test. But now, all of that knowledge is gone.
Yeah.
If I got lost without my cell phone, I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
Have you been paying attention to what I've been saying about the sun and shit?
No, because none of it makes sense to me.
Fuck.
None of that shit makes sense to me. because I didn't learn it in school.
And it's probably just not your strength. Everybody has their strength and
But
weaknesses.
once you learn it,
know.
you got it.
Maybe.
Sun rises on the east,
No,
sets on the west.
probably you probably just that sort of your brain is stronger in other areas.
Yes.
So
And-
it uses all its energy there, and it doesn't need it in this other area.
Yeah.
So I think that's everybody.
If you gave me an English test, a writing exam, I killed it.
Yeah.
But if you gave me, here's a
Geometry and
map,
shit.
show me where these places are, I have no fucking clue. Now, the whole thing is, why did I not tell my mom? I didn't think anything was wrong with me. I just
Yeah,
assumed
exactly.
there was just some shit that I just didn't know and I didn't care about.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, okay, what happens when the sun's gone? What do I do then? If all I'm looking up at is the stars, how do I know where I'm supposed to go?
I think the moon.
Where does the moon come in?
The
at?
moon is tricky though.
Yeah.
See?
The moon is tricky.
I don't know.
But ain't it a
The
North
sun
Star?
is guaranteed.
Ain't it a North Star? No?
Always?
There is a North Star,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But
How
you might not
know
be able to
it?
see the stars.
How you
though.
know it from the other stars?
It's
It's brighter.
Man,
You may not be able to see
Y'all
it
lying.
though. That's how the railroad shit. That's how they knew
we
they was going.
passed that.
But the sun shit, yeah. If you don't have the sun, as long as you can figure out where either the
can't.
north, east, wests are,
I can't.
once you figure that out, you good.
I can't.
But
You just say you can't, but you can.
can't. And-
I have
and-
faith in you. You can. You
There's
can.
some shit I know. There's some shit I don't know.
So right now, you don't know where you are
I have no fucking clue
in this building
because I live in East Point and it's right by West End.
right.
Makes no fucking sense.
So you have
me.
to travel south from here.
It makes no sense.
That
Why
has
is
to
that
make
not
sense.
South Point? Why is that not South Point? Why is East Point right next to West End, but then North
That's
Point is
funny.
some all?
See, you
it
putting
don't make
too
no
much.
sense.
You putting too much sauce in
It
there.
don't make no sense.
You put too much sauce in there,
Well,
man.
as a kid, that's how I was taught. So
yeah, it's a lot of these things are interconnected, Spike, and I get what you're saying. I think there was a revelation that happened to me having kids, and it was really interesting because very similar upbringing to you, right? In terms of I had to do everything, in terms of coming home, brother, cook, all this stuff. My mom would tell you the stories, but I didn't have problems with school. I was fortunate. But not everybody's as
everybody's
fortunate
fortunate.
because, like you, my mom was working trying to get us out of a very bad situation. So we had to be very independent.
because you don't want to add no stress to her.
Yep.
Right. And this is just the way it is. So I didn't know any other way. I took that mindset and was applying it to my kids. And I'm like, why are you helping these kids with this stuff? What they need to, where is it? Bro, and then I realized it hit me one day. I was like, oh shit,
You were
this
supposed
what
to
it's-
be getting that help.
Is this what it's like?
Yeah.
With people that
Yep.
have access to stuff?
That's right.
Where the kids can just be a kid and you can
That's
help.
right.
Bro, it completely changed. Everyone's like, wait a minute, I wasn't supposed to do this?
Yeah.
My mom was supposed to be helping me move
You
on.
set them up for greatness,
Bro,
man.
it fucked me up.
No, I've
when it hit me.
100%
It
understand.
changes the course. My daughter goes to Howard right now, man. This is one of the most prestige schools because she was set up for greatness.
Because you could have never gotten to Howard.
No, I couldn't have.
joking.
I probably
you- no,
could.
you
I'm
could.
sure you
I
could
was-
have.
I was-
but-
I could have if I would have started off in a great place.
But it's the lack of resources.
Yeah. It's a lack of resources.
Yeah.
If I had those resources, man, fuck, man, I wouldn't be here.
That's what we're trying to push
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
Is it's not really about the kid.
Yeah.
It's about the environment that they're stuck in.
Yeah.
If they're in a different environment and there's no learning disability to factor in, if there's no learning disability and they
That
have
part.
access to everything, they will excel.
They will excel, yeah.
So if the government would actually do their part to make sure that kids at least have the access to the books, the knowledge, the resources, then it would be a completely different story. But they're not doing that. And now they've tricked other poor and middle class people to blame other poor and middle class people
crazy.
instead of looking at the people that are actually the problem. We spent an hour last week talking about why it's not the fault of the victims of this system that the system doesn't work. And it's mind-boggling to me sometimes. But that's why I was saying on Reddit, I was like, they need to petition for Jalen to be here more often. Because I'm so tired of pushing and fucking arguing this shit by myself. Because y'all will seriously make me think I'm fucking nuts. And Spike probably still thinks I'm nuts. That's okay. But a lot of times I walk out of here being like, what the fuck? Until I get home, I'm like, babe, this is what they were saying. She's like, what? That's crazy. I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
That's what's up, man. You got a good support system at home, man.
Thank God.
No, I'm serious.
Because like, when I was single, I was going home being like, what the fuck?
No, that's what's up.
I feel like I'm insane. Why are we blaming poor people for being poor?
Yeah, that's wild.
Nah, you got the beat. Y'all got the beat and y'all deserve it.
Yeah, some people are products.
See what they said.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
people
it
are
was-
products
it
of
was
their
a-
environment, and some people propel above that. Yeah,
Yeah, it depends on the person.
It just
Some
depends on
people
the-
don't have the
Yeah.
capacity to do that.
yeah. I left a lot of people behind.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I left a lot of people behind.
I mean, credit to my mom and the support system she had with her grandmother, you know, to be able to get out of that shit. Like, you know, and seeing her, you know, sacrifice to do what she needed to do. And, you know, unfortunately, we had to do our part by being adults as kids, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to do that.
You know, I mean, I'm so thankful and fortunate that my kids can just be fucking kids, bro.
Yeah.
Like to just be able to, like, it's crazy, you know, just all the help and stuff that they have, and just wonder what my life could have been, you know, without that. But I think, you know, it was to be able to get them to the point to help them. Spike, how many teachers do you know?
In my personal life? Three.
Are they good teachers?
Yeah, one of them actually just got like a grant from MTSU for her math program or something like that she created. Yeah.
Go tell them that shit that you were saying last week. I'm dead ass. You should have that conversation with those teachers. That shit you were saying last week about it being the fault of the kids. I bet you even
20%.
your teachers.
Only 20%.
I bet you
You went
even the
from 15 to
teachers would
20.
tell you, I have more blame than that kid has. I bet you your teacher friends would tell you that.
They would say the system failed them.
Yes.
It is a good conversation to have, though, and see what they say and do a follow up. Yeah.
They said the system failed them.
Yeah, my son's best friend, she's a teacher, and it's if you had kids, bro, you'll be locked in and you'll see the bullshit.
I would see the difference. As you explain it, as I could totally tell. I haven't had that experience where you say, "Well, oh, this is how it's supposed to be for a kid," but I
That
do
realization
understand that
hit.
sentiment 100%. Like,
Bro, I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't
Like,
know.
what are you doing? He should be doing this, bro.
you look at it, you be like, "I was cooking at 9. I was 9 years old, right?"
It was.
And you bet not burn the house down.
But yeah, having to buy school supplies and fund school supplies and shit like that. Man, but yeah, it's insane.
You look at that comment.
I'm just looking at the comments. I'll usually just kind of scroll through and look for my name. I don't really read people's
Yeah.
shits because I don't feel like being pissed off. But I'm looking for the one Spike talking about. Oh yeah, there was some people. People agreeing with us. This motherfucker downvoted -8.
Oh, the one
That's
that
the
agreed
only-
with Spike.
Well, I
That's
say,
the
well,
only one
some
I
people-
see.
I really like the opening discussion, and I think it was an example of a healthy dialogue, even when people have non-aligned opinions. Now, no, he doesn't agree with me, but he appreciated the conversation, which is all I was
I thought I did see one that were in agreement with some of the points you guys were
You
making.
did. They got downvoted to -8. I
Well,
just
that's
told
our,
you.
our
don't make
audience,
them right.
though.
Yeah.
You know
That's
how they
one
are.
person.
I know, but you know, we have.
Hey, I'm just saying.
They just
Spike
afraid.
lying.
They're more. They just afraid to say something because they get beat up by Reddit, bro.
Oh no.
That's funny.
You know, so they be quiet.
I did see one person say if this was a white person bringing up these topics, they would be called racist, and I agree with them.
Yes.
Well, I didn't bring the topic up.
I agree with them.
I didn't bring it up.
Because this is shit that white people say about black folks. When we say the reason that we might get lower test scores because we don't have access to books and resources, they be like, oh, y'all are just stupid or you don't want to learn.
But it's not just us though, and that's the.
It's not.
The
but
crazy part about it, yeah.
But poor whites, they're not as likely to bring this shit up as we will because this sounds fucked up.
They just
but
accept
I feel like kind of. I feel like they kind of just accept it.
They just the whites that got left behind.
And I do feel like some black folks just accept it too because we know the system is fucked up and it's not going to help us.
Same thing with we all know this poor with white people on welfare and stuff
welfare.
like that. Yeah, it's not a color thing, but I feel what they're saying. I get it. I mean,
I just think that we are more likely to be like, yo, we want our folks to do better. Whereas white folks have such a wide spread. that the poor whites, it doesn't really matter to the middle class whites. They're
You're
like,
right.
we still have plenty more over here. We ain't got to
Yeah.
worry about these poor ones.
Yeah.
Whereas we will be like, nah, man, I want all of us to do well. I want middle class black folks to care about poor black folks and try to help them be better. You know,
That's a good point because of the hurdles and things that we've had to overcome. So we're looking at it differently, like because of how the system is designed and built. So yeah, that's a good point.
this motherfucker said, I guess Spike taught himself to read, apparently.
I did.
I did
He
too,
didn't
but
need
yeah.
teachers.
I did.
Yeah, I did too.
From start to finish, you taught yourself to read. Exactly. Why are you doing this to
You learn the
teachers?
basis, and then you learn
taught
how
you-
to
who taught you
excel
the
it.
basics?
SRAs taught me to read.
What's the SRA?
Student reading report or student reading assessment. Student reading assessment. We got the gift folders, and this was second or third
So
grade.
no teacher helped you with reading.
Yeah, teacher. I mean,
So why are
yes.
you lying? God,
I was being facetious.
I can't tell.
I know. I can tell. I can tell. But no, they give you the basis, and then it was up to me to like dive more into it and read encyclopedias and shit.
You were not reading encyclopedias. Oh, that's boring.
I used to read the encyclopedia,
My mom
too.
bought the
Lame as
set,
hell.
and they used to be why she's like, nigga, go figure it out. You got 26 books in that room.
Everybody
A
had
through
that.
Z. Go read it
Yep.
somewhere in there and figure it out.
Everybody had that little brown set. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't had a brown set in your house?
No.
There was a lot of
Our
self-teaching.
Encyclopedia Britannica was it
yeah,
there?
the little brown
It had,
books.
Oh, see, y'all was rich.
That wasn't rich. That's
See?
book. That's
See, y'all
book.
talk
Somebody
about
gave
that shit.
them. Somebody gave them.
Yeah, somebody I think it was
anything-
passed down.
So you had
to
rich
us, too.
friends.
They get passed down. People don't want them in their house no more. But you
Yeah,
had
be
one
dusty,
book
be
for, one book for
pages
each letter.
yellow.
One book for each
I think
letter.
my mom bought ours
Yeah, I don't remember.
because I think they used to salesmen used to come around and
They
sell. I have
used
to
to
ask
they
her.
used to come door to
But
door.
yeah, I used to come around and I think she
Yeah,
bought them because she
encyclopedias.
thought it would help us.
I guess
man,
I didn't
they were so
need them.
dope. And then some of them had pictures in them. I used to draw some of the pictures in them. Yeah,
I
man.
didn't need them like y'all.
Yeah, that's what's up,
Well,
man.
we didn't have a teacher. I didn't have a teacher in the
Yeah,
house.
my mama wasn't a
My
teacher.
mom would have whooped my
Since
ass
you
if
got
I came
your
home with
degree.
some bad grades, bro. My mom would have. But you see, I didn't graduate college until I was fucking mid-30s. So I'm not bigging myself up at all. I dropped out of college after a year. So
All right, well, let's get into some fun facts.
Fun facts. All right, let me see what I got here. I got some fun facts about different states. Did you know Alabama was home to the first 911 emergency call, 1968?
Do they say what like
Probably
that's just it?
No, that was just it. They didn't give no context, but
yeah, I want contact.
I do too. 911 in Alabama, bro.
Because they were probably dialing the wrong number over and over again.
68. You know what that
That's
was
crazy.
And that's probably the easiest one they can remember.
Just give them 3 digits,
Let's give them the
crazy.
end and the beginning.
and they probably still fucked it up.
Delaware was the first state to ratify the Constitution in 1787. Florida is the only state where alligators and crocodiles live together. The only place in the world, actually, where alligators and crocodiles live together. Georgia is known as the Peach State, but it produces more peanuts than peaches, despite the nickname of the Peach State. Idaho produces 1/3 of the U.S.'s potatoes. And lastly, let's see.
Some boring ass facts.
Hating, Mike. You're hating. Let's see. I lost my place.
It's another state fact.
It's another state fact. All of them are state. Montana has more cows than people.
No,
Now that's actually kind of interesting.
Oh
though.
no, that's so funny to me.
Montana has more cows.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of land
Yeah,
there.
there's cattle
wanna live in
farmers and shit.
Montana.
More farmers.
And don't know nobody live there. Down there.
Damn.
But I wouldn't mind living there though.
With a bunch of cows.
In Montana?
Yeah,
Ain't that
cows
what
stink,
Yellowstone?
man.
Y'all didn't watch Yellowstone.
I'm
Y'all
watching
watched
it, but
Ain't that where they at in
I
Montana?
don't know. But yeah.
I love cows. I think cows are beautiful, but I wouldn't want to live around them.
I think it's just been away from like a lot of people. I think that isolation would be fun. But I don't know. I definitely would go to a state that people that has a smaller population that people don't go to. Like, you know,
Utah,
hell no. Going to Utah.
Wyoming.
Something
I
like
want to
that.
go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
All right, I got 2 quick fun facts for y'all. One of them we already kind of discussed, but the first one is about Kanye. He was slated to headline the Wireless Festival. He applied to enter the UK early, and the Home Office said nah, and they banned Kanye's punk ass from entering the UK due to his anti-Semitic statements. Notice, not his anti-black statements, because, you know,
It don't matter.
people don't seem to care
Yeah.
about that, which that's a whole other discussion, which it shouldn't be. But yeah, the entire fest has to be canceled, and they had to return everybody's money. Now, the reason I think this is a fun fact, and I don't care that this happened to them, is because they booked Kanye to begin with. So I'm not going to feel bad for you for booking an anti-black and anti-Semitic Nazi piece of shit, and then feel bad for you later on because you had to cancel your little fucking fest. Fuck y'all.
I wonder. I haven't looked to see what were the citizens of the UK that had those tickets. What were they saying?
I
Are they
thought we did
mad?
talk about
We
it.
they
did,
mad?
but I didn't see their reactions to it. Like, were they upset? Were they pissed off at the countries? I was just
They didn't
kinda
think it was
curious.
necessary. Is what they were. You remember?
Of course not, because they don't care. They just want to see their favorite musical artist. They don't give a fuck what he's saying about, you know.
And Pepsi tried to
White
be
Lives
slick
Matter.
because I think Pepsi approved it, and then when the backlash started to happen, they was like, "Oh yeah," they disapproved it.
Well, the fest did say that. They were like, we ran this by the stakeholders, and none of them complained.
Yeah.
So I think that is something to pay attention to. If you're mad at Wireless Fest, you should be also mad at the stakeholders that were a part of Wireless Fest. But I don't even know if Kanye by himself is worth all that. I will say it's worth a ha 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 at Kanye and his fans. Ha ha ha. The other thing, what?
Nah, I was just you talking about all this, man. I found it fascinating that he still sold 200,000.
Oh, he has a
I
cult
know.
following.
Yes, he
right?
does.
Yeah.
Insane
He
to me.
does.
I mean, but you still. I mean, you were the guy that was just.
I didn't even
saying
listen. I don't listen to Kanye. I've listened to 4 songs off his new album. I'm talking about the first 5 albums.
that. That's how he did it.
What?
That's why he sold out. Because
I disagree with that.
I'm just saying, like he has the records and a cult following.
They love his new shit that's trash. They love all of that.
Well, he's not performing all of that. He's performing the old shit. He's performing like a lot of
Disagree.
the. No, he is. He's like all of the lights and all that shit. He's performing those hits.
Yeah,
those
but he's
joints.
playing new songs too.
Yeah. He is. They saying they performing well. I seen it. I seen that too.
Wait,
But
the new songs are performing well.
They said the new
live?
songs are performing. They're specifically for that type of crowd. Yeah,
Yeah, they don't care about the shit that he says about minority groups
and
at
then
all.
and then he goes on that apology tour.
And then he does it again.
then he just
and then
does it
he apologizes again.
Yeah.
And then he does it again. So fuck Kanye. Now this I did find to be interesting. I don't know I can't remember if we talked about this or not, but earlier in the year, or maybe at the end of last year, but Trump, he signed an executive order to end funding for NPR and PBS. Do y'all remember that? Claimed that they were producing radical leftist coverage.
Oh yeah, now yeah, I do
Yeah, I've
recall
been
that
following
now.
the story here and there.
Well, here's a couple facts to give you. About 20% of Americans live in an area that doesn't have access to any news coverage other than their local news station. That should give you a reason as to why Trump was trying to kill it.
20%, you said?
Yeah, 20% of Americans, and it's mostly in the South and the Midwest. Yeah, well, recently, a federal judge blocked the order. U.S. District Judge Randolph Moss ruled Trump's executive order was illegal and unenforceable, and he made it very clear by saying it is difficult to conceive a clearer evidence that a government action is targeted at viewpoints that the president does not like and seeks to squelch. He then said the First Amendment does not tolerate viewpoint discrimination and retaliation of this type. So I thought this was dope. Another Trump loss and another win for people that actually, care about access to information. So there you go.
All right, Rod, you up next? Best thing saying.
Yeah, have y'all been doing it without me?
We did one last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We did just fine without you, man.
yeah.
I just wanted to do y'all did that segment.
I think I did the. I don't know if I did the moon thing, the landing of the. I didn't know it's been 10 days though. That's crazy.
And they still out there.
They're
No, they
back.
came back.
Artemis
They're
2.
back
I
already?
did the
They're
Artemis
back.
2 thing. We had watched it, and I just asked them if they seen it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Well,
But they came back Saturday.
So yeah, they came back. They just
Yeah.
landed, so they had a safe landing. Everybody's good and fine. So I thought that was good news that they came back fine.
Yeah.
As far as we know, they didn't bring any aliens in
That's what I was
anything
looking
like
for.
that back. I was too.
They only went to the moon.
Yeah, but it could be an alien on the moon.
It went around the moon.
There's some aliens
They
on the
did
moon.
lose communication for like 40 minutes too. So who
They
knows
did,
what
I
happened.
know, right? I was
Yeah.
like, what's happening in
Well,
these little minutes? But it was interesting. It was. I had it playing too, like in the background. I thought it was interesting. I was wondering if y'all was keeping up with that. But no, that was interesting. They're planning to go back. Artemis 3, 4, 5. Like by 28, they want to be on the moon and putting stations on it or something like that.
Yep. I think
So,
nuclear
it's a-
facilities, stuff like that, stuff that's harmful to the earth.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying, but yeah.
Brilliant. Destroy the Earth and go destroy the moon now.
Well, they want to go to the moon so the next they can plan Mars travel from the moon. Is what I've saw.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
saw that
So all
too.
that stuff is kind of like, yeah.
connected.
So it's,
So
yeah.
they
So
wanna
they
build
have
a
plans
sta-
on top of plans.
Yeah, they building a station on. They want to build a station on the moon so they can travel from the moon to
to
Mars.
Mars. Yep.
Cool, man. When are they going to make some plans to get homeless people
I
housing?
know, right? It's so crazy.
They're leaving Earth.
Yeah.
This is just ridiculous.
That'll melt and then be completely flooded.
Right.
You know, that's not your best thing seen, was it?
No, I just
Okay.
it was. I wanted to mention it.
Okay,
you know?
yeah. that whole front porch thing that they had to build, because them currents were kicking their ass, bro.
Yeah, it
They
was.
could not get that shit.
Couldn't stop.
Them damn currents were whooping
Rock
their
the boat.
and then they finally got that shit built, and then they were finally able to walk and shit like that. So
It was interesting.
Yeah,
it was.
it was.
It did take a long time. All right, this is kind of in line with what we were just talking about, actually.
What Jay-Z did.
Just so happened. But this barber, man, he trades free haircuts for reading sessions. Kids pay by sitting in a chair and reading out loud, turning fresh cuts into smart moves. I thought that was really, really cool, man. Just to
That
kind
is
of show
dope.
y'all a picture of the kids in the barber
cute.
chair.
That's dope.
Oh, he's looking at a map, too. I need to be at the I need to be in that
No,
chair.
that's a big. That's the.
Oh, I thought that was a big-ass map.
Nah.
The barber cake.
The barber cape.
Okay.
Or whatever. So yeah, the guy's name is Courtney Holmes. He's taking a
Big ass
different kind of payment at Sparkle Barbershop in Iowa. Is that how you said it?
Iowa.
Yeah. During the annual back to school bash, Holmes realized that many families were struggling to get their kids ready for the new semester. Instead of just giving away free cuts, he decided to exchange his services for education. To get a fresh fade, kids have to sit in the chair and read a book out loud to him.
That's dope.
If they stumble on a word, he stops the clippers and helps them through it. It's a grassroots move to ensure the youth aren't just looking sharp on the outside, but are sharpening their minds for the grind ahead. In the streets, knowledge is the only edge that lasts, and Holmes is making sure the next generation is equipped with both.
the fifth pillar of hip hop.
That's right.
So yeah, man, no, I thought that was really cool. Yeah, man, that'd be cool if other because I hear about that free cuts during back to school and all that. But yeah, if you add another layer to that and put an educational piece to it, I think that's cool, man. And that's like a core memory for a child, I think too. Like I can imagine remembering something like that, as I get, oh yeah, man, I remember when I was a kid, like fucking I had a barber, he had to make me read a book and
I'm sure it makes it more comfortable reading in class too.
yeah. Nah, for sure. Yeah. Because I had a barber. He taught me how to play pool, whatever. So that was always cool. Like just he taught, but it was just like life lessons in the midst of playing the
Gotta be a
pool.
hustler.
Right.
It wasn't a hustle move. It was just like it was a safe place, especially
My
in the
time we gotta
hood.
shoot dice.
No, you always start trying to shoot right because a lot of them are dope boys, but this is an older guy. A lot of them are dope boys, and they will teach you that shit. But nah, it was an older guy, Mr. Harris. Lord rest his, he's passed away now. But
Did he teach you was like geometry?
he teach me geometry?
Yeah, like you can use it to. You know,
I mean, I applied geometry to.
that would be a good way
Yeah,
to teach
yeah.
you
Angles and
geometry
stuff,
using
yeah.
pool. I
Using
think that would
pool,
be
yeah,
really
for
cool.
sure. But he used to just talk about other stuff. Like it was his way of keeping us off the street. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, yeah, y'all can come over anytime y'all want and play pool. He was like one of the only people in the hood that had a pool table in his garage.
I just
or
started
whatever.
watching pool videos. I didn't realize how much the
Geometry.
angles and stuff played a part
Yeah,
in it.
man.
Because they break it down on the video.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
you hit the ball this way, it's going to spin this way, and then off of
English.
that, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I be trying to use all that stuff. You know, like sometimes you go through school like we're not gonna ever use it, but as I'm teaching Kendall how to drive, like using that stuff, like the kinetic energy and all the other stuff, and how it has to, like, you having this forward motion, you got to use stops. Just trying to take some of that stuff that they learn and apply it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Nah, yeah. So I thought that was really good news or whatnot.
That kind of leads into something we were talking about last week too, which is like knowing the government should step in and help people, but when the government doesn't, the community does.
Yep.
It's not about expecting the government to do it.
Right.
It's knowing that they should, but while they're not, it's dope that the community is stepping up and being like, look, we're not going to let these kids just go through life not learning shit.
Yeah.
I have a talent. I know how to cut people's hair. You come in here, I got a little bit of extra time. You read me a book and I'll cut your hair. I think that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I do too.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I thought it was too when I saw it.
I just hope they know how to read, because that'll be a long ass haircut,
know.
bro. God damn,
You ain't got no more hair no more, motherfucker. God damn.
bro. We still on page 3.
Duh, motherfucker, duh.
3 hours later, what the fuck?
But that also, I wanted to create a segue. I saw your shirt, the bookworm shirt. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So this is my podcast, Another Week in the Books, and the people who listen to it are bookworms. That's the name of the crowd. So we got some merch printed up off the bookworms, and it's into the premise of the podcast is learning and talking and having conversations that you wouldn't usually have. So it's like a book. We call each episode a chapter. And again, each person that listens is a bookworm, and I'll put a link up. Y'all can buy one if y'all want. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
That's
bro.
why you want them motherfuckers to know how to read.
Read a book. What's that song?
Read a book, nigga. Read a book, nigga.
Yeah, so all that shit tied, man. Look how God worked.
Look at it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right. Bit of a slow week, but
What is it?
Well, if it's a slow week, real quick, I want to throw one more thing out.
All right.
I went to this event that friend of the show, Adam Bean, had on Saturday. And it was at a place called Black Nose. It's in Atlanta. I was trying to look up. It's connected to another. I don't know how to pronounce the word. It's like Savoir Faire.
Yeah.
But just look up Black Nose Lab. And what they do is it's the word apothecary, where you create perfumes. They're the only black perfume selling company in the city. And he was like, look, I don't need y'all to buy nothing. I don't need y'all to donate no money, nothing like that. He's like, just when you leave, tell a friend to tell a friend. I've already told y'all, go support my man, Adam Bean. But I thought that this place was fucking dope. He made such a good point. He was like, there are plenty of black hair places, black clothing places, but there are no places that support black people that just like to smell good. And he had, I can't remember the number, it was like 140 something different fragrances in there, that all either created by black people themselves or the companies are owned by black people.
What's the name of it?
Black Nose Lab. So go check that out. And the event that they do is called Word Spray. Yeah, you just looked it up.
No. I got sent the link.
I'm kidding.
And I saw it. I saw what he was doing.
cool, man.
It was cool. Savoir Faire perfume.
Is it I think it's Savoir Faire.
Fair. But yeah, curated evening at the Black Nose Lab. But he sent. I thought I had got spammed.
Me too. That's
Okay,
I should
alright.
show you my text message.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
I hit
at.
him and I
When
was
you
like,
said it,
I was like, is this real or did you actually send this?
I did.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So that's what I was looking at.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, is
yeah.
that the same shit that I thought it was spam? And
Yeah.
it was. It came from Partyful.
Yes, it went to everybody in his phone. He said,
Okay.
because I was like, what? They got my boy. They got my boy too.
And see, I don't be clicking on shit like
Me
that because that
either.
shit be phishing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So I'm like, man, so let me hit the Don up, man. Make sure this is him. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
I wish you'd have came. It hopefully come to the next one. I'm definitely gonna go back.
Nah,
it's
yeah,
really
that's all
cool
right.
and it smells amazing.
Nah,
in
that
there.
sounds cool.
Kendall likes to wear cologne and stuff like that.
You should check this place out.
Yeah, I'll bring him.
It's 5 minutes down the road.
They got any
Yeah, from here.
watermelon scents? No?
I fucking hate you. So fucking
Chitless.
fried chicken, bro. No, but one of the poets was clowning because they had one that was called Figgasm. Ooh.
What is that?
Let me tell you something about black folks, man. You give them a little bit of a joke,
And
they're gonna run. Man, he had me crying.
Oh my god!
Because by the end it was plumgasm because he forgot.
Oh
it was,
shit!
You know.
We were remixing shit
every time.
We were
Every
remixing
time.
shit every time, bro.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back there, man, because they had a lot of scents that smelled real good. I have a closet, unfortunately, full of colognes right now, but once I get through that, because I did an ad for a company that does perfumes, and they would send me 3 every time. So I have like a fucking closet full. But yeah, man, support Black Nose Lab, man. That place is really dope.
You don't wear them? The perfumes in your closet? You don't wear them?
I wear all of them. Can't smell it?
No.
Got that Izzy Miyake.
You know what I'm saying?
I do smell it since she did that. That is, yeah.
Just an update on the Iran war. Inflation is up. We got a ceasefire, 10-point thing. It was really, really messy because everybody was claiming victory. About who basically capitulated to who. So, but an outcome of that, and they're still negotiating right now. They sent Vance to do it.
Of course they did.
I just seen something come through my phone like an hour ago. They were about to send ships to the Strait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put up that. I think before while we were setting up, I was seeing Trump talking about he's going to block it, and I'm like,
block what?
The Strait,
right?
But he was begging to open it back up.
Block it from
He's
Iran.
sending a blockade through to block it from
How?
Iran. He's sending
Because the only, first of all, I don't know what Iran was thinking by giving them assets like that. Like they wouldn't put themselves in a position to be able to take it. That's what it's seen for 2 weeks. Most of Iran's navy is destroyed, but they have 60% of the fleet that controls that area still exist, that are able to set mines and shit like that. So that's how they're able to keep control of it. That I was reading this morning as well. So how, I don't know, but that's what he was. That's I saw something similar to that. That's what he was going to try to do is block it.
He's not going to do shit. He realizes he fucking lost. He's not going to do a goddamn thing. He's going to lead them motherfuckers.
Well, he said they won.
He can say what he wants, but everybody looking at this shit knows that he was not going to get anywhere fucking with them.
No,
They've been clowning him this whole time.
Open the straits, you fucking bastards.
And then he put praise Allah.
He put what?
Yeah.
Praise Allah. He told him open it at this whole
Praise
thing
be Allah.
and put praise.
did not.
Yes, he did.
In the fucking True Social tweet,
Yeah.
he put praise.
All
ended-
caps,
he ended it
open the
with
straits, you
praise be
fucking
Allah.
bastard.
I saw that part.
At the
Okay.
end of that tweet, it said
Praise be Allah. Yep, praise be Allah. And then, of course, the whole civilization is going to die, which they call that amounts to almost a war crime if it happened, blah, 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 blah. The whole taco thing where Iran came through and sent the 10-point proposal, which he said this is a workable deal. So that, to me, sounds like they sent something, they agreed to do it. Not the other way around. So, I don't know. But, yeah, we had a ceasefire right now for 14 days. And after
said,
21 hours, they walked away with no deal.
Yep.
Jalen said they're not negotiating anymore either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
So
this
it's-
morning I saw Vance and them say like the talks were done, but there is no deal.
In his true
Oh,
social,
I thought they were going to get back together.
I
in
don't
his
think so.
true social thing, he said effective immediately, the United States Navy, the finest in the world, will be in the process of blockading any and all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz. At some point, we will reach an all being allowed to go in, all being allowed to go out basis, but Iran has not allowed that to happen by merely saying there may be a mine out there somewhere.
You need a haircut?
I do need a haircut.
That's fucked up. Yeah, you can't.
I
you
knew
ain't
he was gonna
shit.
say that. He said they're extorting the
So he
world.
be like Mayweather over there, that motherfucker.
See, why you gonna add on to it?
Well, man, that's that
Why you
self-taught
gonna add on to
education.
it?
That's that self-taught education.
Look, we want to see if he's gonna blame himself. Y'all ain't shit, bro.
Trump orders the U.S. Yeah, okay.
Damn.
Hey, you know, people start mumbling when they carry out.
Yo, come on, man. Y'all ain't shit.
Hey, you know it's true.
Y'all ain't shit, man. They hit that big word like, oh yeah, yada yada yada.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Y'all are foul, man. Y'all are foul as shit. I know. Y'all ain't shit, man.
Concentrating too.
No, they got a
Come
graphic.
on, man.
It's a graphic.
The
that I'm
Warner's
looking at.
Declaration, Spike.
No, I'm looking at the graphic now.
Y'all foul as hell, man.
Oh shit.
But this is crazy that this fool done started a war.
Yeah.
At which time the fucking strait was open. They closed the strait because of the war. And now he's like, I'm going to continue the war because y'all won't open the strait. The only thing this tells a fucking person with a half a brain cell is that you started the shit. You fucked up the whole Strait of Hormuz situation. And now you're fucking attacking them for trying to fix. Like, bro, just admit you fucked these kids
Right.
and let's move on.
Listening to fucking Israel.
Bruh.
Now you got this shit. Yeah. So yeah, whatever they sent over, and they realized they had leverage. So
That's the funny part.
yeah, they took it.
Yep.
You know, so and here we are. So
But yeah, y'all can't afford groceries.
Gas.
yep,
Bruh.
inflation hitting its highest level in 2 years, pointing to the global conflict and rising energy costs as drivers, gas, food, and everyday goods are creeping up again. So yeah, so
They said the highest gas spike in 60 years. Can you believe that? The highest gas price in
That's
60
crazy.
or spike in 60 years. And he's still trying to act like he did something good for the country.
yeah, I don't know how you can't. You're only selling patriotism at that point. You know, and you're hiding behind this whole. They can't get a nuclear, weapon or all this other shit, and it's just like, bro, like you've entered into. Well, one, he's been hiding behind that for forever. You're just a threat of that to justify his actions. But the fact of the matter is, as you mentioned, we got into some shit we couldn't get out of, and we walked away with essentially nothing. You just fucked up all this shit. And I was just wondering if Iran, because you sent the text where they had the human shields out there, so they were prepared to not go through with it. And then did you guys see that they said Pakistan, they sent the message to Pakistan PM to post on social?
Who sent the message to them?
That the U.S. That the U.S. sent a message. I don't know if it's real or not. I didn't get a chance to really look into it all that much, but from what I've seen, it seemed like that the U.S. sent the Prime Minister of Pakistan a draft to post on Twitter, because I saw that the PM was trying to do a last minute deal, and I was like, why the fuck is he involved in this shit? Where did they come from? And of course, China came in at the last second. They reported to get Iran to agree to it, but then they showed that it was a draft that they sent to him. So I don't know if it's real or not, but it was weird that they popped up in it at the last minute, and that's where they were negotiating. But
I will bring up, I was wrong the other week when I said that gas has been $3.79 by my house for the longest time. I was told, no, motherfucker, it was $2.79. It was $2.79 for a while. Now it's $3.79.
okay, $1.
Yeah, so it's gone up $1 in the past 6 months, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, so who knows what's going to happen? I was wondering, did Iran agree to this so they can just start to, build up some weapons again, give them a break to reload?
It wasn't enough time, was it?
Well, the only thing that I saw that they can really build over and over again were the drones.
The drone things.
Yeah, that's the one thing that they can reproduce.
Yeah, to come to that conclusion is to believe the U.S. when they say that they were even focusing on building weapons to begin with, which I don't really think was even really the case.
Well, I was just talking about just for the war. But all the other stuff, I don't believe in the other stuff that they're saying. But just because that's the only thing that they really have left that they can manufacture. Because I think at one point they put out that they don't have their drone capabilities anymore, which turned out to be a lie. But either way it go, yeah, this is where we are. So we'll see what happens. But I thought they were just done with the first round of negotiations. So the reports are like it's a wrap. Everybody going back to the house.
Maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong. I might have misread it.
Jalen put it in the text too.
Okay.
Put what part in the text?
That they stopped.
That those talks were done.
Damn.
Oh well.
Talk stopped this morning. Oh.
What
you
else
can't
happened?
send Vance there, bro. Like
Of course you can. Trump's not going to go.
he's too arrogant.
If they buck up and fucking kidnap him the way he did fucking Venezuela's president, he'd rather lose Vance than himself. He made the right choice, and his little dumbass over there.
Yeah, he's trying to come on. Yeah, he's being more vocal now. I guess whatever disagreements they had behind the scene, he's on board.
Who?
Vance, because he don't like all this shit. So he was noticeably absent. And now I think, now that we're close to a resolution, I think he's trying to come out and get, be visible.
He tried to call Trump on stage. He sent him the voicemail.
I saw that
twice.
shit, bro.
Twice.
I ain't hear what you said. He tried to what?
He was at the rally and he was trying to call Trump for the people at the rally. He sent him the voicemail twice.
Oh shit.
Ooh, that's embarrassing.
It was.
Ooh, that's embarrassing.
It was. Yeah.
He was probably fucking or
He
something.
said, he said, somebody told me to call you, when I got up here to do such and such. And he called him and he put the phone to
That
the
move went
mic.
straight to voicemail too. Not even real.
So he just knew the
It's like he
press-
got him blocked. Like,
Oh,
damn,
my
it's
God.
like when you
Well,
have people
it
on-
run the first time. It run. It was
the
ringing.
second one he said-
Yeah,
But
it was
the second
ringing.
time it went straight to
Yeah.
that means he fucking killed it himself.
I'm busy.
No, I don't think he answered the first time.
He didn't answer.
That's
Right.
what he's saying.
It went straight to,
It went
yeah.
to voicemail the first time, but then the second time it went immediately to voicemail.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
What a loser. What a fucking loser.
Oh, his face, bro. He was so embarrassed.
What a fucking loser.
Yeah, he was so embarrassed.
Bitch ass.
He's like, I got a president on speed dial.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Blocked.
Yeah, so.
I'm over here fucking mind your business, Vance.
But yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen after 14 days. This, it doesn't look like while they're saying that. I think that was one of the first things Headset came out. Yeah, we absolutely won. We beat the shit out of them. Blah blah blah. I'm paraphrasing. I'm like, nah, not really, not really. Maybe the physical part of it, but not the other part. So we'll see. This guy in California said he had enough, and he burnt down the whole. Oh, well, a California man burnt down a whole fucking factory
That video is crazy.
That is crazy.
in Ontario. Said he's Louis Mangini?
All he had to do was
Luigi
pay us.
Mangione.
Mangoni.
God damn. You need a haircut too.
Nah, I was trying to remember his name. I didn't write it down.
I'm fucking with you.
But I knew it was something. I knew, yeah. But yeah, he said all he had to do was pay more. And he burnt that shit up. I was trying to figure out how California can put charges on him when he was in another country when he did it.
No, it's Ontario, California.
Oh.
No, I'm not even saying that like you're stupid because I thought the same thing when I first saw
Okay.
it. I saw Ontario. I didn't know there was an Ontario,
I didn't know
California.
that until now, today
yeah,
years
yeah.
old.
No, it's in Ontario, California.
Okay.
That's funny.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, so anyway, but yeah. Y'all ever do some shit like that?
No.
No.
I just stole from my employer that wouldn't pay me enough.
Because y'all ain't about
When
it.
I was kids.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah.
right?
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
long time ago. This is a long time ago, like Kroger and stuff.
These motherfuckers tired, man. These motherfuckers are tired of the bullshit.
I can't believe he recorded.
Yeah,
I can.
Really?
It was a snapping point.
Yeah, he was trying to send a message.
At this point, it doesn't matter. He's fucking tired. Look, this is, again, going back to what I told y'all last week. These motherfuckers are waking up to realizing that this entire system is fucking rigged. And they're sick of it. And this is going to happen more and more and more. This motherfucker looked up and he said, my paycheck is some bullshit. And the statement was, all you had to do was pay us enough to fucking live. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. Not just pay us more money. Pay us enough to fucking live. I'm with him. Fuck that. The only problem I have with this, is he did it while there were other workers in the building. That's fucked up. It's not the other workers' fault, and they didn't deserve to have their lives in jeopardy because he wanted to make a point. But the rest of this, I don't care about somebody's property going up. Fuck that.
Were you gonna say something?
Go ahead.
I'm wondering though, like, I know he's making a statement, and he wasn't really thinking about the possible long-term implications of this, but like if he ended up doing more harm than good.
What's the more harm?
Well, the cost to repair that factory could
Impact
their ability to pay more over time.
Like I said, the only issue I have is that he lit the place on fire with workers inside. But that same logic goes to, well, did Luigi Mangione do more harm than good by murdering the fucking CEO? Not really, because now we're getting more of a conversation about why these healthcare companies are a fucking scam. And now we know more about how many people get refused that submit claims, how many people go bankrupt, how many people die because they can't afford to fucking pay for medicines. I'm not for killing people. I'm not necessarily against it either, depending on the person. I just don't personally care. When you are a person that is directly responsible for millions of people dying, I don't give a fuck that you got. If you are a company that is directly responsible, you have the money and you're choosing not to spend it, and somebody lights your shit on fire, good, motherfucker. Good. The CEO of that, on average, I looked it up this morning, on average, CEOs make 200 times more than your average worker.
That's crazy.
So why the fuck would I look at that company and be like, damn, you burned this company down. That's terrible.
Because
fuck, I already said yes. Yeah, I get it.
Well,
it
you asked
affects
the
the
question.
workers. No, you didn't let me finish. You started talking about, no.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
You ain't apologies. You ain't sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't remember what I was going to say now.
No, I was just so I see Ken's point, you know what I mean? Like because you can kind of I guess you could say the same thing about Target.
Well, they can hide behind this. That's all I'm saying. Knowing corporation, they look for
Yeah.
any excuse not to pay somebody. So they could hide behind this as a reason to do it, which is why, again, his sentiment, he's just at a breaking point. So I get it. He's just trying to send a message.
Nah, because why weren't they doing it before the fire? If that's the case, why weren't they
True.
doing it before the fire? So they can't hide behind, well, we were going to pay you more, but then somebody lit our factory on fire. I think what they're trying to do at this point
True.
is create a scare tactic. Like, look, you can't keep exploiting people forever, and we're seriously just not going to ever do anything about it.
And insurance is probably going to cover that shit anyway.
Absolutely.
Good
That was
point.
going to be
But
the next point that I forgot. So thank you.
They yes, it will, but the messaging is all they need to put it out there, right? So maybe, our insurance costs come up. Look, I agree with everything you guys are saying. I'm just thinking about like how these corporations think and these different tactics they'll try to use in order to not pay people, and this could have them extend it even more.
It doesn't matter because at this point, people are no longer believing those tactics. Those tactics aren't going to work anymore. The internet is at our fucking fingertips with phones. We can Google and look up how much these CEOs make.
It's publicized all the time.
Right.
It's always my thing. And I see these, and I'm like, bro, I'm looking at this is fucking insane. And all of this stuff is being reported, but nothing ever happens.
It's because eventually no pun, but the fire dies down. People get pissed off for a little while, and then eventually it's just like, all right, we got another fucking issue that we got to go fucking put our time on. And then another fucking thing happens. And then there's a school shooting. And then there's this, and then there's that. We can't keep fucking putting all of our attention on all of these things because they're always, there's always something happening.
Yeah, in most sense, some the articles, when I'm reading the articles, there's always like, the CEO making that number you said, but then they also fired these people.
Right.
It's with massive layoffs, but the CEO is making money and they're firing people to pay for the CEO.
Right.
So all these conversations be happening, but it just fizzles out. And I'm like, who's gonna what type of what type of legislation will be created, but there won't be any because it doesn't benefit them to create it. So,
there could be. I mean, if you actually believed in the fucking system to fix things that way, you could put pressure on your representatives to
But
do
those
more about
representatives are
this.
also being paid by those CEOs and companies.
Sure.
So, yeah.
But I think that's going to be something. I mean, again, I'm not fucking tied to the voting system and all that, but if we're just looking at changing things that way, I do think that that's going to be a big discussion come the next elections, if that even happens, is that I think people are kind of done accepting that Dems are just like taking APAC money and completely embracing capitalism and all these other things, but they're still saying we'll vote blue no matter who. I think this is going to be a very big turning point. Like, I don't necessarily, well, never mind. I'm not even going to get into that whole thing. But yeah, I think this is going to be a very interesting discussion revolving around who they decide to put up as the nominee. It can't be the status quo anymore. It can't be, because people are fucking fed up. And this is showing. A day later, they haven't connected this necessarily yet, but a day later, another guy in Ontario, California, was arrested for lighting a mall on fire, like lighting a store in the mall on fire. So people are, I mean, they don't know for a fact that this was tied, but if it was tied, you have to start looking at this. Like, people are fucking fed up. Yeah. And the biggest thing that the country hates more than anything is destruction of property. So if you keep destroying property, then they are going to have to make a change. And it's either going to be martial law, or it's going to be them giving in and saying, all right, y'all keep destroying our shit. What can we do?
Yep.
This has worked in the past. This has definitely worked in the past. If you can't afford to do a massive walkout, then unfortunately, sometimes property destruction is just what happens. But I don't feel bad for this fucking company, man. Fuck them.
No,
they had the opportunity to pay them before this. I'm sure somebody asked before this motherfucker lit the place on fire. And they're like, oh, nah, sorry, we ain't got it. Well, who has it then? Because I know y'all making money. It's a whole fucking factory full of shit paper. Somebody has it.
Yeah, and that shit, never will always be needed.
Exactly. This is going to continue, man. Luigi set the fucking precedent. This is going to continue.
I'm surprised they didn't have better
Fire
hazard things inside of a paper company.
You know what? Damn. I was reading an article where the news reporter asked why the sprinkler system didn't go off, and I'm just now realizing I didn't read the rest of the article. But somebody did ask that question. I just don't know what the answer is.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
He might have shut them off. Who knows? I don't know.
Can you shut that shit off? I don't think you can shut that shit off.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But the whole motherfucker went up pretty quick.
Yeah, but I feel like at the first signal, I mean, they were high ceilings too. So, but I just feel like they would have had a better sprinkler systems in place in a place like that.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
Well, free this man. Did you also see that? I read an article where they were saying that he could be put up on federal charges, and there's a possibility that he could get like life for this.
So not 20? Was it 20 years?
What's the federal charge?
I don't remember what the federal charge was, but they were saying that there was a federal charge. It might have to do with the fact that there were people inside. So they might try to say it's attempted murder or something like that. So the fact that, this dude could potentially get, even if it's a 25, 30-year sentence for something like this, but, we got pedophiles running the street and, motherfuckers that have done much worse than light a fucking factory on fire got off with a lot less.
Yeah. Y'all think this guy killed his wife?
Yes.
He definitely killed that lady, man. The story don't even sound believable.
It did a little bit, didn't it?
Oh, what do you say? She fell off.
She felt the thing that really made me start suspecting was when the stepdaughter said they used to fight all the time.
And when they got drunk, and they drinking.
So I know she must have been talking some shit to him, Spike, and he just had enough, bro. He just had enough because he was like, I tried to throw the donut, but it just. We were moving too fast.
But he forgot she had the keys, though, Ken. That's why he was pissed about it. He forgot she had the keys.
Yeah.
I was like, bitch.
She got me even in death.
Shit.
Yeah, that
I
was
think
like,
he did that, man. Like she can't, as much as they both and as much experts as they was, I feel like that wouldn't have happened. Like they know the procedures and precautions to avoid that from happening.
and they still got him in custody. So
They
yeah.
just locked him up right there because at first they were saying he was innocent.
You got to believe, but they don't have any evidence, and I think that's going to be the issue.
Yeah.
Like they don't have any evidence for him, so they're going to have to find some sort of evidence to bring charges. Because without evidence, you just guessing at this point.
Yeah.
So
Text messages, some circumstantial shit.
I would have threw all that shit in the river. I would have threw all her phone, everything in there, bro. It wouldn't have been shit on there. We would have been in the fucking dark ages. Y'all not gonna have shit on me. No fingerprints. They're gonna have to find the body, but the way they said the waters were loud. They weren't quiet, so that body could be anywhere. I don't know if it's sharks in there to eat them motherfuckers. Yeah. So the thing I've been wondering, what's the lady Nancy whatever that's on the Today Show?
They kidnapped her mom.
Bro, I'm starting to think.
She had something to
I'm
do
starting
with
to think she had something to do with that shit.
Yeah,
Spike.
like how this. I just can't wrap my head around.
Yeah.
Just being this quiet about this.
Yeah, like
her
she
just going
finally
back
went
to
back.
work.
The longer this going, I'm like, man, I'm starting to wonder if she was involved somehow, some way, because this shit is starting
I think
to get
that's
weird.
general speculation now.
Okay,
But they did say that TMZ sent that. Well, a tipster reached out to TMZ and said that they did recently see the mom in Mexico with kidnappers, and they want Bitcoin reward for any more information.
a tipster.
A tipster. That's what TMZ claims.
Right. A
So
tipster
you don't know
could
how
be
true,
anybody.
yeah, you don't know how true that is, or if who said it, but TMZ claims somebody reached out to them and said they recently seen the mom with kidnappers in Mexico.
Just
which
walking
don't
around
sound
in Mexico.
true at all.
Just walking around in Mexico.
Right, just
ain't-
like wait, already
Why-
into it. Y'all at the market? What is
Right, how
wrong
do
with-
you see,
It's an
like-
old lady, and no, she don't even have her medicine.
Yeah, were they moving her to another location,
No idea.
and they just happened to be seen? You would think they would do that at night when you wouldn't be, like, especially in the morning. So,
I think that lady did.
well, I think she's dead. I think the daughter has something to do with it.
You think the daughter has something to do with it? Why?
That's been speculation.
I don't know. It's just feeling weird.
Everybody's starting to believe. Well, not everybody.
Why do they
but
think the daughter has something to do with
This
it?
is what I think.
They just said suspicious.
Yeah.
She wasn't even there, right?
No,
Wait, but-
she wasn't there, but
But okay,
she set it up.
but the daughter has been out in front saying, "Yeah, I don't believe that the dad is completely innocent."
No, we talking about the other story. We talking about the news anchor story now.
Oh, my fault. My fault. My fault.
Yeah.
We talking about the
Sorry.
news anchor story where the lady
Yeah, you
mom got
left.
kidnapped.
I don't know that story.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was
never
confused.
mind.
I'm like,
My
wait a
bad,
minute,
my
what?
bad.
The lady from Today Show or whatever it may be, her mom disappeared. They
Oh, that one from
Yeah,
a
that-
minute
yeah,
ago.
yeah, they
I
kidnapped-
forgot about her.
right, exactly.
Oh,
So now people starting to speculate that the news anchor lady got.
But
something
every
to
once
do
in a
with
while,
Gotcha,
it seems like every day there's a small article about it. Oh, now, I think just because she just went back
She
to
went
work.
back on air. Yeah, she did this heartful return. It's great to be home and all this shit.
your mama ain't home, ho.
That's so fucked
quick.
up, bro.
Did y'all see the story that I just put in the? Is the mic still on chat?
Who?
Is the mic still on chat?
I saw it, but I didn't. It was
Yeah, I
a
had
video,
clicked
so I didn't
on
want to click it because my phone be going off while we're recording.
Nah, what happened?
So, a Brinks truck.
Oh yeah.
The tags were expired, so the cops pulled them over.
Okay.
But protocol is for the Brinks truck driver is I can't just pull over. Like you got to follow me to a designated location because y'all might be robbers or something like that. And the police wasn't buying that, so they tried to pull and force him out of the car, which led to an altercation, and which led to him getting fired and charges filed on him. So now he's suing Brinks and Cobb County because he did what he was supposed to do, but the police were acting overzealous.
So why did he
And
get
Brinks
fired?
Brinks let the damn plates expire, so that was on them.
So why did he get fired?
They said he got fired because
He didn't get
That's
out of the
crazy.
charges were later dropped, but Brinks fired him anyway. He's now it ain't say, but he's suing Brinks for wrongful termination
Good.
and failing to maintain the tag.
It's ridiculous.
That is nuts.
Cops love to do shit and not know the fucking law.
Like, that should be obvious too.
Yeah,
But
it
Brink
should
should know that. Like, what? Why would you fire this guy? That's stupid on their behalf.
Yeah.
When it's their policy.
Yeah, shit came to us.
And you let the tags expire. It's not his job
Right.
to keep
Well,
the
on top
tags
of
on
that,
the
tags, right?
Would y'all have pulled over?
Yes.
Yes.
I just
You
couldn't
run,
roll
you
into
know,
this
I
spot.
run the law. In the Brinks truck.
My thing is this: I'm never going to put myself in danger for a company.
Yeah.
So,
Valid.
don't pull over for the cops because it might be a robbery. And if it's a robbery, you can have this shit. It ain't mine.
Because he got fired either way.
He
I was gonna
got
say he probably
fired
was scared
anyway.
he was gonna get fired if he didn't pull over.
He was just following protocol.
Yeah.
That's
But-
what he was trained to do.
Fuck that.
And isn't it two of them?
Yes.
It's one in the
There's
back,
always two of
supposedly.
them.
Yeah.
And then the one in driving.
So they put the one driving in custody, not the one. Yeah.
I don't even think they opened the back on the video. It didn't look like.
He just watching. Oh, that's fucked up.
What they got going on? Damn, they gonna take him to jail. Oh, they take him to jail.
He listening.
Peeking out the
Damn,
corner.
they fucking bro up. And they fucking bro up, man.
Right. That's fucked up. Any reports on that nigga in the
Damn,
back?
they ain't got to do him like that. Oh, they put him in cuffs too.
Oh,
Damn, bro, fucked up.
Yeah, that's messed up, man. He should have came, man. He should have said something, man.
It was a black guy?
They usually black.
You know it was a black guy.
Have you ever seen white ones?
Yeah,
Y'all have?
Brinks drivers.
Yeah. I ain't never seen a white one.
Yeah, I've seen white ones. But that's some bullshit. I'm pulling that bitch over. Yeah. What's up? Tag expired. Cool.
I'm trying to think
Write
if
me
I
a ticket.
would.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because
see,
of
now-
protocol.
Now he got to go fund
Yeah, but-
me. I don't understand that.
Nah,
though.
I don't
Yeah,
give a
but
fuck about
protocol probably is to pull over, I'm sure.
No, you're supposed to go to a designated location.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying he did, and then that's what he
But
did.
that's when he got arrested
he
because
tried
the
to.
police didn't know that. Oh,
He tried to go to a designated location. He never made it.
they stopped him?
I don't know how they pulled him out of the car.
Look, cops can justify it and say, well, we thought that
Yeah.
this was a fake armored truck that just robbed someplace.
Yeah.
The thing about it is when it comes to this kind of shit, you're just not going to fucking win.
Right.
Especially when it's not your property. I'm not fucking playing around like that. Fuck that. Y'all want to take this shit, you can have it. I'm not blaming bro for either choice that he
Yeah,
made, though.
yeah.
None of it is his fault.
Right.
Yeah. He definitely was wrongfully terminated. That's a fact. So I don't know what Brinks was thinking with that.
Yeah, that's he'll get a nice settlement.
Yeah, they should have came to his defense.
Yeah. Last thing I got, HBCUs linked to better mental health outcomes. The only thing I saw about this damn study was way back in the day.
It was a study.
They said it said it was like in the 50s. Yeah,
That's when they went to the HBCUs.
Yeah, they were running back
That's
to
the graduates, but this just happened from older people from them.
The
experience.
author sampled 1,978 Black American adults who attended college between 1940 and 1980.
Right.
Yep.
But then he just talked to him in 2026.
The research happened. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
but they're bringing it to the light now.
Back in 1980, though.
But how else are you supposed to do the research? It takes time.
I'm trying to.
It just seemed like it's old data.
But there's no way to do this study without old data. You can't get new data.
Yeah, because they mentioned like
'Cause if you
brain and like
Right.
neuroscience and stuff.
Over
like that.
time.
Right. If you
They
talk to
could-
somebody right now.
Not
that
like
would-
right now, but maybe like, I don't know, in the 2000s?
Yeah.
The
I mean, they probably
95?
had. Did they have that data too?
No.
It was just the old data.
Here's what
No,
I'm
it said from
here's
to it.
here's kind of the when I looked at it, I was like, well, of course, if I'm going to a HBCU in 1940, it's going to be better.
Okay.
50, 60.
I don't think they talking about the college. I think they talking about post college experience though. Like I lived a better life. I got better friends. I have a better networking circle. I think that's what the study was about.
Oh, I thought it was just I feel more happy and comfortable.
I thought it was post college.
Yeah, but I thought that it was talking about their experience
On
while
college
they were there.
campus.
I thought it meant how they affected them post college.
It's gonna be better,
you might
bro,
be
in the
right,
80s,
Spike, I don't know.
in the 70s. What you think is gonna happen?
But it's probably going to be better in the 2000s and wherever you go there. I mean, I think there's something to be said about going to any school where you are.
The majority.
Well, even if you're, I hate to be like a white person and remove race, but even if you were not talking about race, if you're going to art school, if you're going to mechanic school, where most of the people are more like you, you're going to have a better time there. Yeah. Like when I was going to Georgia State trying to study art, it was completely different than actually going, even though the art school I went to was trash, but even actually going to an art school, you look around, you're like, oh, there's more people like me here.
Yeah.
I don't feel weird anymore. You know, you're around motherfuckers that are majoring in economics and shit. You're like, oh, well, shit. All right. I'm the fucking weirdo in this group.
You want to draw.
But this seems like, I know, right? You just want to draw shit, motherfucker. This seems like common sense. Like, yeah, you a black person that went to an HBCU. Yeah, your mental health is gonna be better,
Right.
You know,
Yeah, you don't have to deal with the microaggression you were talking about last week, Mike, who somebody said wasn't a microaggression. But anyway.
Somebody's trying to say, I think he overreacted.
Oh shit! What you call a microaggression?
No, I got 2 microaggressions, and they were like, "How the fuck are those microaggressions?" And it's basically like, look, if you don't know what a microaggression is, Google it. That's not my job. My thing that's wild about this shit, yeah, don't listen to me. I'm only a black person that's been operating in white music spaces for over 30 fucking years. Don't believe me. You don't have to. But I'm fucking right, bitch.
Right.
Damn. Yeah, they call him a bitch.
I mean, it's kind of annoying. Like, don't fucking, like, what are you doing? Okay, I didn't have to call him a bitch. You're right. I shouldn't have called him a bitch.
But yeah,
It's a
no,
playful bitch, though.
I'm kind of with you. I thought it was fairly obvious. I think it's like a duh for me. But you know, but yeah, it's cool. But I get it. I'm always an advocate for HBCUs. I think it's a great experience. Like, you know, I was just telling my wife, I was like, you know what, like, because where Kendall goes to school now, it used to be majority white, and I was like, man, I'm glad he's actually around his people because we different, bro.
Yeah.
And you have to know and understand that just because somebody's loud and yelling don't mean
they're mad. Right.
You have to understand that there's so many nuances to the culture.
Nah, for sure.
And if you go experience that for the first time to a HBCU, it's a shock.
Facts.
And you'll be scared. So,
It's funny having to explain that to some people, where like they might watch this show and be like, y'all just all hate each other. All you do is yell and scream at each other, and it's like, no, that's just how black people are.
It's crazy. I heard it happened last night in my neighborhood, and I stay in a very peaceful neighborhood, and like I was in my living room, and I heard like people yelling outside. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I never hear this type of stuff. This fucking party going on down the street, and I went on my back porch like I felt like a white person. I can't even. I'm like, what is going on out here?
What's all this ruckus?
Right, I felt so white, and I was listening a little harder. It was space. It was a space game.
Oh wow,
It was a space game. I'm talking about. I thought they were about to
that's
fight.
funny. They might have been.
They wasn't though. They was like, you just lost. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh,
keep
they
coming.
clowning.
Yeah.
Funny.
Oh my god. I mean, when I tell you, I'm talking about this is at least a block down. I heard
That's
this.
funny. Our voice carries though.
Man, it does, man. And what it was is that they had their garage open, and so they were all in the garage.
These must
but
be
yeah.
old people
I don't
playing
think they were
spades
old.
in a garage. This has to be some old folks.
Spades is elite black people conversation.
Man.
Like that's up there for black people conversations. You want to watch them like playing spades.
Oh,
It's like,
my
I
God.
told about the first time he got mad at me was I was
Probably
fucking around
spades.
talking
See, I
to her
wasn't
the same
mad.
thing. I didn't know him though.
See,
no,
yeah,
you
I
were
was-
mad.
No,
you were
it's
mad.
just-
You're like,
it's
nah,
just-
man, you got to take that shit out of here.
I'm a
you
passion-
wasn't playing
I'm a
spades.
passionate spades player.
Yeah, spades, man. Yeah, it's like,
I'm just a passionate spades player. I don't be mad.
Lex was like, yeah, man, just go in the other room.
Oh yeah, because you was clowning me, goofing off and shit.
I was.
I remember that shit.
I didn't know.
yeah, it gets serious. You're like, I already know you, man. You got to get out of here. That shit. You got to go on.
And I was
And
drunk
that's the
too,
thing.
so-
That's what they used to tell you, kid. Y'all got to go on in there with that shit. Y'all go on in there with that shit.
I should have been in there with the kids, man.
That's what we all do. When the grown-ups is playing spades, that's what he tell the
Right,
kids.
we like
man.
jumping
You go on
around,
in there with
goofing.
that
I
shit.
probably was. I was,
like,
I was
man.
drunk. So
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
That was
dog.
funny.
But yeah, basketball, like sports and spades, those are two things I get super passionate about. Yeah.
I hear yelling in my neighborhood all the time. But
Yeah,
I feel
I
like at
never
this
hear
point,
it.
I know the tone. I can tell when it's a I'm pissed off tone or it's a I'm just yelling because I'm fucking black tone.
I could not tell. I was just like, what is happening out here? And I was listening. Oh shit, that's a spades tournament. I mean, a spades.
You should have
game.
walked over. Let me get on this game, bro.
That shit tripped me out.
anyway, so yeah, that's the show, man. We're gonna leave it there. We got
Guess we got rid of them past the mics, huh?
Not the the show keep.
Never
Thank you
mind.
for the call out.
No, you ain't got to do it. I'm just saying.
I'm not, but thank you for the call out. I do got to get back. Make sure I got to get back to them. Normally, I have the outline on here. That's just not on my outline. That's why. So when we get down to the end of the show, I don't have a header to kind of remind me to do it. But
Stop
yeah.
using the AI.
Damn.
So what? You said I need it?
So stop using the AI.
To make his outlines? Damn. Damn.
No, everything is like Patreon intro, Fun Fest, best thing, same topics. I need to add. Pass the mic.
Yeah, they like that.
Yeah, I know.
Make them feel like
AI,
they belong.
AI failed
know?
you.
Ken failed me.
Oh.
Remember, you give AI the stuff you need. It's only gonna give you what you ask it to do.
Oh shit.
But yeah. So anyway, apologies. I just wrote it down, so we'll get back to it, and I'll work that next time. So
There's a hint to send the questions in, y'all.
Yep. I actually got to put the post on Reddit too. Damn. Sorry. But maybe I'll create AI to do that automatically. Reddit should build that in there. Anyway, we'll catch you guys next week. We out. Peace.